So why is consistency so important with triathlon training? The reason it's a key principle to triathlon training or any other sort of endurance training is that without consistent and repetitive efforts, you will never really improve. And by consistency, we're talking about just doing things over and over. It doesn't have to be every day. But you have to have some sort of starting point. Let's say you're starting from zero. You haven't worked out in a long time. Maybe you did as a kid, maybe you never did. And you set a goal for yourself, whether it's running a 5K or doing a sprint triathlon. In order to improve, or for an analogy, get out of grade one, you need to repeat workouts over and over and over again. On a basic level, consistency allows your muscles to get stronger, to adapt, to grow more resilient. And without doing that every 2 or 3 days, you will detrain. So working out has a training effect. Not working out has a detraining effect. And that spacing is 48 hours, plus or minus a little bit. So when I'm dealing with my athletes, one of the things I always say is that something is better than nothing, right? And from a consistency standpoint, that's totally true. A good way to look at this is if you work out on Monday, and then let's say you're supposed to work out again on Wednesday, and you get too tired, you've got too much going on with family, work, whatever it might be, but you have 20 minutes or 15 minutes. If you can do anything in that 10, 15, 20 minutes, it's going to act as a bridge until your next workout that might be a little harder. And at that next workout, say it's Friday or Saturday, you're going to feel better because you didn't go 3 or 4 days without training. So that's the key piece about consistency, is that it allows you to platform on to the next level of training. Now, from a seasonal standpoint and a multi-year standpoint, it's absolutely critical that you become consistent. And that's really best achieved by having a regular schedule, something that you know week in and week out, that's your plan. I'm going to talk about that later. What I want to get back to with consistency is just how important it is to not detrain. Right? So let's say, again, you're starting from zero and you want to run a 5K. Maybe you start with a walk or a walk jog. You don't have to go right into running. In fact, going right into running a long distance could injure you, so I wouldn't recommend that. And say you get 15 minutes and you decide you can do that 3 times a week. And if you go out and you walk or walk jog, minute on, minute off, for 15 minutes, 3 times a week, several things are going to happen. One, your aerobic efficiency is going to start to improve. 2, your soft tissue will get stronger. That's your tendons and ligaments. And this is a real key piece to the consistency aspect. If your soft tissue doesn't get strong along with your muscles, you are very likely to become injured. And that ruins consistency. So avoiding injury is a big thing. And then the third one is eventually over time, your speed will improve by better muscular endurance, improved muscle fiber, more muscle fiber, improved circulation and things like that. Now, none of this happens overnight, right? So you need several weeks of just doing that 15 to 20 minutes training. And that would, analogy-wise, be grade 1 if you're in school, right? However, now that you've done that grade 1 for 6 weeks or 8 weeks, you could move on to grade 2. And that's when you either could start running more, like a 2-1 sort of run, or try some 5-minute running sections, things like that. But anytime you miss a session, you're going to detrain a little bit. And you could detrain to the point where you wind up back in grade 1. So it's all about the consistency, 3 times a week, ideally, and moving onward and upward. So just remember that if you're busy, if things have gotten in your way, whatever's going on, something is better than nothing. 15 minutes is better than zero. See you next time.